Begin with this lesson, giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the Apostle GMS who labor well in this truth. Title this lesson is going to be the depiction of our true power, the true power of this world, the Most High, that the world certainly calls God. Chapter 1 of Revelation, verse 14. His head and his hairs were like wool. And we know today who has those woolly hairs, And it's very clear to humans who has woolly hair, who has kinky hair, who has so what and so forth. And woolly hair is primarily, found on the so-called black man. As white as snow, therefore showing his age, and his eyes were like flame. His eyes were as a flame of fire. So not blonde hair and blue eyes, That looks that's not austere like the word says. The word says our power is an austere man. The word austere goes into rough, harsh, rigid, Jesus Christ and who the world so depicts as God is blonde hair and blue eyes, man. That looks very phony, man, No so-called black man, Hispanic or Native American man stands in the vicinity of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man and feels intimidated at all, That doesn't feel austere at all. No matter if it's 10-1, that so-called black man, Hispanic or Native American knows he has, that internal power through the Spirit over those men in his vicinity, And then that's not what we're dealing with, We're dealing with the true power, man. The word depicts how he looks, So you people need to read the Bible. And his eyes were as flame of fire, so not blue eyes, man. That definitely, his eyes were as flame of fire, going into, not blue eyes. Flame of fire. So that's for your own discretion, if you have ears to hear. And his feet like unto fire and brass. And everyone knows you never seen someone with feet that isn't the same tone as their whole entire body. And brass, as you see in the beginning of this video, you seen kind of what it looked like, as a so-called black skin, as if they were burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So yeah, definitely not as brass as you've seen, but the brass as it be burned, which kind of look like us, that fine brown shine. The book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 6. His body also was like the beryl, his face as the appearance of lightning. So, not smiley white Jesus, white teeth with the white skin, the white hair, and the blue eyes, That's not a appearance of lightning. That's an appearance of fucking sodomy, deception, niceness. All the rules goes, all the laws are done with, That's that depiction. We're talking about the true power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, an austere man. And his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, going back until his eyes are like flames of fire, The word says as lamps of fire, man. If any of you guys seen lamps of fire, those things go on forever. And that's pretty mighty to be depicted as the eyes of our Lord. And his arms and his feet like unto the color of polished brass. And the voice of his word are like the voice of a multitude. That's why when Morgan Freeman or a lot of our so-called black men are speaking, they say, man, that voice is so godlike, And that's because we descend from the powers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. This all makes sense. But when the Lord returns, you're definitely if you don't believe this is the depiction, you'll be caught off your feet. And that'll be to your own demise. On the end of this lesson, we're giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Double honor to the Apostle GMS who labor well in his truth. Mighty shalom to all the Akim and the Akwaf who make their bodies a living sacrifice for our most high power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Shalom.